I grew up in Westchester, California. I grew up playing baseball. I started when I was like 6, and then I played till I was about 15. That was kind of like the family dream. Like everyone was gonna be a pro baseball player. Then my dad kind of introduced me to surfing. Started kind of surfing by myself when I was 12. Then I went to Loyola High School. It was like away from the beach and it kind of sucked. All private, all boys high school. I'm like trying out for the baseball team and all my friends are there, stepping up to the plate, like super nervous. Like, okay, we're hitting the ball off the tee. This is like the most basic shit you can ever do. I swing so hard, I miss the fucking ball off the tee. I'm like, holy shit, I'm not gonna make the team. So the whole list comes out like the next week and I'm like, fuck, I didn't make the team, are you kidding me? And I was pissed for myself. I was also pissed my dad was gonna kick my ass. Little I know though, it was like a blessing in disguise. One of my good friends was like starting to get into surf contests. And I was like, oh cool, like I'm surfing a bunch, like I really like it. And so I tried a couple, and then I remember I did one at Bay Street in Santa Monica. And it was like this skate shop that's not around anymore. It's 9-star skate shop. It was like their first contest, and I ended up winning the division. And I was like, whoa, this is insane. And I actually didn't even want to be there, to be honest. Like I was like, oh, I'm here at the beach all day, like Dad, do I have to stay? And he's like, yeah, just stay, like see what happens. And I'm like, fuck, all right. And I kept making it. And I finally get to the final, I'm like, oh, sick, like I actually won. And I'm like, whoa, this is insane. And it's all because I like completely missed the ball off the tee. My sophomore year of high school, we had a contest up in like Pismo, and it just kind of rolled into every weekend. Like every weekend there was a contest. And then I would surf when I could, like after school, and then every weekend we'd go to like Ventura, we'd go to Pismo, we'd go to San Diego, we'd go like all these different NSSA contests. My mentality at the time and like the way of my upbringing, and I was like, oh, you know, just go to contests and catch as many waves as you can and surf, and I had no idea what I was doing. I'd make semis and then I'd lose first round the next one, and then I'd make the final, and then I'd like get so nervous I'd lose first round the next one. And it was just this super roller coaster ride of like emotions and nerves. My dad was like, this is what you want to do, then you're gonna do it 100%. I'm gonna like, not force you to do it, but I'm gonna open the door and I'm gonna give you everything you need to do it. So I started working with this guy, Kevin Dean. He ran this thing called DSC. So I'd go to Loyola High School downtown LA, drive to Huntington, and work out like in the gym with all these kids, you know, that surfed, and they had sponsors and they were competing. And so I was like, I wanna do this, like this is sick. So that year I started doing some pro junior events, and then I would make like quarterfinals and make like a couple $100, or like, you know, some semis and then make like 5 or 6, you know, something like that. So make some money. I actually did pretty well one of the years. They like featured me as like one of the North America like prospects in the juniors series. So it was cool, you know, I was like kind of earning my stride. And then I kind of jumped into the big pool. Everybody in the world trying to compete to get on the world tour, which is like the top 34 guys in the world. I had no national titles experience, nothing, you know, I just jumped in. I remember being in like the Basque Country of Spain and being like, man, like Dad, like so nervous, you know, like, am I ready for this? I don't know. And then I'm not trying to put my dad under the bus or anything, you know, but he was like a soccer dad, you know, so it was like natural soccer dad like mentality, like, how the fuck are you nervous? Or then, you know, he'd be hot and cold. He'd be like, you're good, you're fine, like you're out here, it's like, don't worry about it, it's gonna be all right. And then I would surf my heat and I'd do pretty good. I was always self-critical. And then he would kind of fuel that fire, and then I'd get nervous and lose or something. And he would tell me like after I lose contests, you know, you might not even be that good. You're not worth it. Like you're not there. He was trying to fire me up, and it was doing the complete opposite. And I would tell him that, and he just would never sink in. It kind of went on probably for like 4 years of me doing that, just like up and down, up and down. So I was like 22. I'm not really making much money for my sponsors. My dad's funding this thing. It burned me out, and my dad and I had a pretty like bad relationship for a while. I couldn't say anything because like, you're funding this thing that I think I want to do, but is it like my dream or is it your dream? And so my dad runs a construction company, and I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna do this, Dad, I want to work from the bottom. I want to be like your labor guy, and I want to learn from your carpenters, and I'm going to pound nails, and I'm going to earn my way to do these contests if that's what I want to do. You know, I had put so much pressure on myself, and then I had so much pressure from family and from sponsors, and just trying to like always seek someone's approval. And I was just like, fuck everybody's approval. You know, I was just like, over it. So I kind of hit a point where I just cracked. Thing in the back of my head was always like, gosh, why am I always like nervous? Like, why am I always having like such anxiety? And I would obsess over it. And I was like, I don't know what's going on. And so I went and did therapy for a little bit, and I like found out I have OCD. And I swear it was the best thing ever, like finding that out. And then I went and saw a specialist on it, and it has completely changed my life. Like, it was the coolest thing ever, you know? And so I've had like, I guess the best understanding of myself and who I am and the way I am and accepting myself, because I was always trying to be either what my dad wanted, I was always trying to be what my sponsors wanted. And you know, now I'm like at the point where I'm like, this is cool. Like, I'm still creating content with my brother, and I'm creating something that like makes me feel good, you know? And I hope that like inspires other people too. So now I'm 26 and I'm doing free surfing projects with my brother and other cinematographers and trying to create my own content. And I have to work other jobs on the side to facilitate it. But it's something that I really truly believe in, and it's something like I feel like it's like my own. It's my own business. It's my own, it's something that I created, and I'm gonna invest as much money and time and effort I can into making it something that like, I'm stoked on it. That's what I love about surfing. That's what I love about like skateboarding or art or anything. It's like, it's what you project. It's like your life. It's what's real. I tried everything to be something else. It just kind of took my willingness to be like, okay, well, who are you? And then kind of just a leap of faith, like, okay, let's try and find it out, And so, yeah.